Question 5 states, Nos vemos pronto y... Hi everyone, my name is Kathryn Rump. I'm a Spanish teacher in Delaware, and I'm one of your Extempore Ambassadors. Today, I'm going to talk with you about how I use Extempore every day with my students to help them practice communication tasks. Today, we're going to look at various tasks that students in Spanish 3 completed, centering around the question, ¿Qué estás haciendo? What are you doing? The goals for their unit are to discuss using technology and how technology can be used for communication. We started the class with an anticipatory question, ¿Qué estás esperando con emoción? And I explained to the students what the question is asking, what are you waiting for with excitement, and provided them with a sentence starter for their response, as well as several options for how they might respond with a picture to help with comprehension. They did several discussions with their classmates, including turn and talk, find someone across the room, and preparing for a share out with the class. Most of them said, Estoy esperando mi cumpleaños or las vacaciones. Same for me. Students use the grammar in context to practice writing with their partners to respond to the question, ¿Qué está haciendo? Using the pictures on the screen. After deciding which was the best response from their group, we wrote them together on the board and went over how to form the sentences and where any grammatical mistakes may have occurred. After practicing, we then moved into the activity for the day, which was the song Esperándote por Manuel Turizo. I introduced the song with a short biography, and then we listened to it completing various activities. Some of the activities included pre-listening questions and then a list of keywords to listen for during the song, paying attention to the grammatical form of ando or yendo. When the song was done, students had several questions to analyze and reflect upon the lyrics and the message given through the lyrics and video. In class the next day, we continued with more examples of the grammar and context, and we opened with a similar question, ¿Qué estás esperando con ansiedad? What are you waiting for with anxiety? And again, students were given various options such as un examen, una cita con el dentista, una cita romántica, o una decisión importante. After sharing out with their tables, we had a group discussion about what are they waiting for with anxiety before we got into additional tasks for the day. This lesson, students were to discuss how they typically use the internet and technology for shopping, specifically for clothing. We did various discussions with partners or with tables before we got ready to get to our extempore task. Here you can see the questions that the students answered to simulate a text conversation about what are you doing. The theme was shopping online. In question 1, their friend asks them, Hola, ¿qué estás comprando en el internet hoy? And they were asked to use their imagination about what they were buying. The conversation continues, Qué chévere, ¿por qué necesitas esto? Asking about why were they shopping for that particular item. Question 3, interesante. ¿Haces las compras en el internet frecuentemente? And then they could respond by how often they shop online. 4 asks them, ¿Qué prefieres comprar en el internet? ¿Qué prefieres comprar en la tienda? About their preferences for online shopping versus shopping in person. Question 5 states, Nos vemos pronto y podemos buscar nueva ropa para el invierno. ¿Tienes tiempo el viernes después de la escuela? And here, students could respond affirmatively or negatively based on their preference and suggest a new time if needed. After a couple more days of practice and discussion in class responding to the question, ¿Qué estás haciendo?, we were ready to move into a more extensive task using Extempore. In this task, there are 7 questions, including interpretive listening, presentational writing, presentational speaking, and a simulated dialogue. The interpretive listening tasks integrated a YouTube video. One of the great things about using YouTube on Extempore is that you can timestamp the video to allow students to watch a short segment or the whole video. After watching the video, in this question, they had to select the audio that best describes what the people are doing. Some of the other interpretive questions included listening for audio that describes what is not happening in the video. The presentational writing task was a picture provided to the students with the question, ¿Qué están haciendo las personas en la ciudad? Here, they could look at the picture and say as much as they could about what are people doing around the city. The presentational speaking task was very similar. They were provided with a different picture, and the question is, ¿Qué están haciendo en el centro comercial? And here they were asked to say as much as they could about what are people doing at the mall. Now let's take a look at the simulated dialogue, which is one of the most exciting features on Extempore. It provides students with a timed question similar to those presented by the AP exam, where students are given a prompt, time to look at it, and then are presented with audio that has pauses where students should respond fully to each question using the target language. The question will warn them that it's lockable and that they're only allowed to attempt it once. Here they have 1 minute to read the directions after viewing the task, and then they're prompted to participate in the conversation. When they view the task, the timer starts to count down, and they can see how the dialogue will go. It's a simulated dialogue with a shop assistant who's offering them help while they look for an article of clothing for their best friend's birthday. As soon as they're ready, they can go ahead and start the task.
Buen día. ¿Qué está buscando?
Hola, yo estoy buscando ropa para el cumpleaños de mi mejor amiga. From there, they'll continue the conversation, answering the prompts as provided by the audio. As you can see, Extempore is very useful to support what you're doing in class with your students and providing them with a means to practice the various modes of communication. By regularly using Extempore with my students, I've increased their confidence in using the target language while providing them practice in a safe, fun application. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Adios!